Inside that reliquary, there are slats of wood, and that's wood of the crib of Jesus. Um, they've done the testing of the wood. It's cheap sycamore wood. You don't use mahogany for a manger where you throw the hay for the animals to eat. That's where Mary placed her child to sleep in his crib. That is the crib of Jesus, the manger, the wood of the manger. And we trace, it's over 2,000 years old. They've done all that testing on it. And we trace its provenance, as it were, back to St. Jerome, who was in Bethlehem, who did the translation of the scriptures from Hebrew and Greek into Latin. And St. Jerome was in Bethlehem, and in a letter he wrote, he makes reference to this relic, how it was venerated by the people of Bethlehem as the crib of Jesus. In the 700s, the Patriarch of Bethlehem sent it here to Pope Theodoro in Rome, and it's been, and he sent it to the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, and to the Basilica of Jesus' mother. And so it's been here ever since, and it's venerated by people ever since. The reliquary itself was a gift of the Holy Roman Empress Margarita of Spain, and she had Valadier make this reliquary. It's all obviously silver, gold, and crystal to keep the wood of the cross, of the manger. You know, a lot of people have problems with the Catholic practice of relics. They think, you know, it's a little strange to worry about having a piece of the bone of a saint or whatever. But those same people will take a lock of their baby's hair at the first haircut and put it in a little locket, or they'll have the baby's first pair of booties bronzed, you know. Why? Because that will always keep them in touch and put them in touch with the person, place or thing that is so significant to them. But that's what relics are all about. And when we look at this relic, we have to remember the events that make it significant for us. And the biggest event was the incarnation. God so loved us that he became one of us. That's what that relic reminds us of. And reminds us of the Holy Family of Bethlehem. It's very appropriate when we come here to then remember the Holy Family of Bethlehem, to pray, looking upon this relic, and to pray about what it says to us, that God loved us so much that he shared with us our human nature, that Jesus was a man like us, St. Paul says, in all things but sin. And so I'd ask you now to stop and pray for the members of your families, for your parish family, your natural family, the ones who need our prayers, the ones who are in trouble, who might be suffering physically or emotionally, and to pray for them, and to pray that they will take strength and hope in the knowledge that God knows what it is they're going through. God knows, because Jesus was a man like us in all things, but sin. So we pray for our families. This is the only church in Christendom that at Christmas time doesn't have a manger scene, doesn't have a creche. You don't have a manger scene here when you have the manger. That's the point. Therefore it's never inappropriate in this place, venerating this relic of the crib of Bethlehem, to sing a Christmas hymn. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin
mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Hopefully every time you sing that hymn at Christmas and in church, it'll bring you back here to the crib. When Athenagoras I, the Patriarch of Constantinople, came to Rome during the pontificate of Pope Paul VI to embrace each other, to give each other the kiss of peace, and to lift the mutual excommunications that they had slapped on each other in 1054, which began the separation of the church, east and west. When he came to do that, that was the main reason he came, obviously, but there was only one other thing he wanted to do, and that was to come here and venerate the relic of the crib. And when he did, he left that vigil light up there, the little one, as a reminder of his visit to pray at and venerate this relic. And as you turn around and see here, that statue is a statue of Blessed Pius IX. He was the Pope who declared the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary, that the Virgin Mary was conceived free from original sin. He declared that doctrine in 1854, and he came here very often before he exercised that infallible teaching authority. He came here and prayed